So did you, on your first day on set, did you know anyone there before?
Yeah. Oh no. I mean, this was because I had worked the pilot beforehand. I knew everybody, and I had made a point when I was on the pilot to really get to know all the camera people and all the prop guys and everything like that. And that had been such a wonderful working experience because everybody was so sharp and so good at their jobs. And I mean, it's really like a wedding. It trickles down from whoever's on top. And John Cassar, I mean, just really set a beautiful precedent and a beautiful set and a great working environment. I mean, he's so I mean, he's used to working with Kiefer, so I mean, he's used. I mean, John came up to me the first day. He said, you know, if you're lucky enough to work with Kiefer, you know, you just. He thinks that, and he's right, that working with Kiefer will improve your game. My acting is substantially improved for having worked with Kiefer.
Wow.
So you know, having worked with John beforehand, you know, it was awesome walking into 24 because it was like, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. So.
Do you think 24 misses John Cassar?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think you know, I think they were a really, really tight working thing, but John's doing so much now. It's crazy. I mean, again, another Twitterite. John's crazy. You'd think for John, like, the number of films and TV shows and stuff like that he is going, that he would not be here going, getting a lunch at Spago's. but he is.
Yeah, I know. Because obviously we've interviewed John a couple of times, and one of the things that we get from him is that he's one of the biggest 24 fans of all.
Absolutely.
You know, he just loves it.
Absolutely.
Loves it. And even after he's left now, he's still so into it, you know. And yeah, it's great to get that passion from someone who's so successful and so brilliant.
And he really is. And he's I really, really respect John because he's come every single rung on the ladder. I mean, he started off as a cameraman, so I mean, so he knows his shots, and he'll look in and I mean, I asked him when I was working on the pilot, I was like, can I come in and follow you at some point and just watch how you do what you do? Because John really, I mean, he just knows every aspect of it. He's a really, really cool guy to work with. Really, really amazing guy.
Our listeners like to hear about off-screen stories. Have you got any interesting stories you can share?
Julian Morris is a ponce. No, I can't pick on Julian. I did that enough every day. No, everybody who I got to work with is really amazing. Let's see, off-screen stuff. What do you mean?
Something that we
like
wouldn't have seen on camera. Yeah, maybe a funny story or someone messing their lines up or someone falling. Practical joke, perhaps.
Practical joke, yeah. There are a lot of those. I'm trying to think of one
putting you on the spot now.
That's kind of cool. I mean, one of the things. I'll just give you one that struck me with Kiefer. Okay, Kiefer's chasing after somebody, and he's got to go through this set of hanging blinds.
Right.
You know, to follow after the guy, and they had to shoot it non-contiguously. They shoot it indoor and outdoor. You know, so two different setups completely. You know, the guy barrels through before Kiefer. You know, Kiefer goes, you know, and does his lines on this side of it. The guy barrels through the blinds. On the other side of it, they have to come on, and they're going to shoot Kiefer coming through on the other side. This is so simple, but this is the essence of how cool Kiefer is to me. I mean, and it may mean nothing to other people, but he goes, I want a camera action, and then I want an action. And I was like, why does he need that? We're just shooting the same thing from the other side. Kiefer, they give him a camera action. Kiefer gathers all the blinds in his arms, takes it back about 5 feet, and throws it through the opening as hard as he can.
Right.
And then runs through doing his lines right afterwards. Because that's what happened.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
The other actor isn't there. They have to film it without the other actor there.
Yeah.
But as he's doing his lines, the blinds would be coming down around his face to match the continuity. And he thought of that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you'd almost think that someone else should be thinking of that, but he's doing it. You know?
But, yeah. And for me, that was so remarkable to have somebody who is... He knows how the shot's falling in his head, you know? And he, there was one scene that we shot, I think it was in my 4th or 5th episode, where Kiefer basically came in and said, you know what, I like what you're doing. Here's what I want you to ramp up, and here's why. And just his advice to me was really remarkable in sort of finding the frame of the shot and like that. I mean, it was really just wonderful acting advice.
How many episodes can we expect to see you in?
Yeah. I can't tell you. Or I'd have to have Kiefer shoot.
It's at least 5. That's good. That's very exciting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, you've got a pretty critical part
Yeah.
there. So, go on.
Yeah, as a
I was told not to tell people when my
that's
final
fine.
episodes are.
Yeah, no.
Because it's like milk, you don't want to sell by date.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah.
As a fan
Mhm.
watching the show, what would your apart from yourself, because you want to see yourself on screen, what's your favourite new character?
My favorite new. No,
Agent King.
No, I'm still a huge fan. Any of the new characters you're asking?
New characters.
Well, other than Katie Sackhoff, because she's divine. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm still just a Jack fan. I'd have to say.
Yeah.
You know, and it was really great working with Julian Morris. He does his job quite admirably. I don't know. I mean, he's a Brit. There are a lot of Brits on the show.
Yeah, there are, aren't there?
There are a lot of Brits on the show this year.
Yeah, we need to get hold of a few more of them.
Yeah.
Damn them.
Yeah, you need to get TJ. You need to get, Julian. You should get Julian on at least.
Julian
Morris.
So we've seen him.
Yeah, and you wouldn't have seen him. He'll come on a few episodes before me. He's an actor. He was in Donkey Punch. He was in recent killer slasher movie, Sorority Row.
Right.
And he was on Teen Vogue,
Wow.
which he was going to pay for every day on set. So he's really cool.
So, just tying things up a little bit. If you were going to tweet
Yes.
in 160 characters,
160 characters.
Summarize your character in 24, how would you do it? And I will be counting the characters.
Intense, keeps Jack's back from sprouting holes, family man, good at improvisation.
Brilliant. Maybe a little twist.
I think I was about 4 characters over.
Maybe.
Somebody's going to have to check for that.
Brilliant.
And if you had to whet the appetite for the viewers for season 8 without giving anything away,
Okay.
How would you sell it to them?
For season 8,
For season 8.
in its entirety,
Yeah.
it only gets more and more intense. It never stops.
And so, what has Matthew Yan King got coming up in the future?
I am one of the new main characters on the new G.I. Joe animated TV show.
Oh, right.
Playing Tunnel Rat. I have been a couple of episodes.
Tunnel Rat is the name of the character.
Tunnel Rat is the name of the character.
Wow.
Yeah, or Nicky Lee is his real name. I have a couple of episodes of Numbers coming out soon, and then 2 video games, Alpha Protocol and Hong Kong, which are coming out as well. So.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds like it's fun. Great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely. Thank you,
It's been a pleasure to have you on the show.
Appreciate it.
Good answers, and we're looking forward to seeing
All
you.
right.
Definitely. That sounds like it's gonna
Wait.
be
See how your character pans out.
There's some intense stuff with me. There is some intense with me. And you know what? We got a cut right after I do it, but I'm going to show you guys some pictures from the set.
Okay, cool.
Okay. You can't see.